What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Starting this week, there is some major changes going on for Social Security, veterans, Medicare, IRS checks, and more. And I'm going to give you guys all the details here in this video, and I'll show it to you on the screen so you can see it for yourself. These are major changes which have never happened before and are now going into effect and are going to affect millions of Americans. And there's several different changes, and I'm going to give them to you guys right now. So let's jump right in. We are live right now here on the YouTube It's Jimmy Show. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Type yes in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. You can let me know your city, state, or even your country, as we have people tuning in here from all around the globe. Over 230 million people have watched me on YouTube, so thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe down below so you don't miss out on future videos. I keep you up to date here on everything. It's completely free to subscribe and help me reach 500,000 subscribers. Okay, here we go. Okay, first up, this is the first one here, so stick with me because we have several of them, and these are going to affect different groups of people here, and you're going to want to need to know about these, especially for, it might affect you or it might affect your family, different people you know. This is just the first one. Changes to how Social Security and VA veteran benefits are paid starting this week. You may be in line to receive a benefits check from the government this week, but the form it comes in may be different from what you usually get. That's right. That's because earlier this year, President Donald Trump signed an executive order that calls for, quote, payments to and from America's bank account to be modernized. The government. Ultimately, it marks an end to paper checks and money orders for transactions with the federal government, with only a few exceptions, which are probably hard to even get the exceptions. According to the order, it is 16 times more likely for paper checks and money orders to be lost, stolen, returned undeliverable, or altered than electronically dispersed funds. That's right. Under Trump's executive order, acceptable digital payment methods include direct deposits, prepaid card, digital wallets, real-time payment systems, and other modern electronic payment options. The order impacts all federal disbursements, inclusive of intra-governmental payments, benefit payments, vendor payments, and tax refunds. That includes any benefits sent out by the Social Security Administration and the Department of Veterans Affairs. Paper payments are officially set to end on Tuesday, September 30th. That's right. You can see it right there. After September 30th, on October 1st, there will be no more paper payments from the government. So, this is going to affect Social Security, veterans benefits, but this is also going to affect more than that. This is going to affect IRS refunds and more. Trump's order shakes up IRS refunds, what taxpayers must know. And a lot of people get IRS tax refunds. IRS Internal Revenue Service announced new measures that would directly affect how taxpayers receive their refunds, according to an executive order by President Donald Trump. In a press release issued on Tuesday, the agency announced that the policy changes for tax refunds in the United States will begin gradually on September 30th, 2025, to extent permitted by law. The IRS also stated it will publish detailed guidance for 2025 tax returns before the 2026 seasons begin. The IRS to phase out paper tax refund checks under the Trump order. So you need to know about this ahead of time so you don't, you need to obviously not try to get a paper check. The IRS confirmed its decision to gradually eliminate paper tax refund checks for individual taxpayers beginning on September 30th, 2025. According to agency data, During the most recent tax filing season, IRS issued more than 93 million tax refunds. Wow, that's a lot. Would you have guessed that 93 plus million people get IRS tax refunds? About 93% of them are actually issued through direct deposit. Only 7% were sent through by paper check, which is still, roughly about 7 million people. And this is just for IRS. This does not include Social Security and veterans benefits and maybe any other checks that might be sent by any other government organization in addition to this. Let me know your thoughts on this here in the comment section. Do you like these changes or not? Yeah, and going forward, no more paper checks, whether you like it or not. Next up, major changes to Medicare open enrollment for the end of 2025 and going into 2026. Why you can't set it and forget it this year. Because of major tax law Congress passed this summer, the world of health insurance is about to change in a big way for 2026. This is not the year to just glance at your open enrollment package and select the same plan you had before. In fact, if you do, you could be in for a rude awakening on Medicare and Medicare Advantage. Why are costs going up? To put it simply, the new law is making health coverage significantly more expensive for both employers and individuals. As health insurance becomes more costly for businesses to provide, many will start cost shifting, meaning they'll pass more of the burden on to their employees, and you're likely to see higher premiums, deductibles, and copays. And if you guys seen my previous video about the impending government shutdown, you know that ACA, Affordable Care Act, and /Obamacare subsidies are at the forefront, at the center of government negotiations between Republicans and Democrats for a government shutdown, to prevent a government shutdown. But tens of millions of Americans depend on these government subsidies to not have to pay even higher healthcare costs, which the U.S. averages healthcare costs of over $14,000 per person per year. Think about that. It's healthcare costs in the U.S. is insane. And Trump just placed a 100% tariff on pharmaceutical drugs and prescription drugs that was just announced that will also go into effect starting October 1st on branded or patented pharmaceutical products entering the country starting October 1st. This is going to be a lot of prescription medications that will have a 100% tariff, which will mean the cost will double. 100% means double the cost. And these pharmaceutical companies are not going to be able to absorb a 100% tariff. Wow. Trump said the tariff will not apply to drug manufacturers who have committed to building production plants in the United States in a Truth Social post on September 2025. Now, of course, if you know economics, you know that probably these companies, if they are getting them manufactured somewhere else in Europe, United Kingdom, or even in China, or wherever they're getting them manufactured, they're probably getting them manufactured over there because they're cheaper. And we all know that labor costs in the United States are sky high, and this will ultimately lead to price increases. And don't forget the 100% tariffs, which is going to increase prices probably dramatically. 100% means double the cost, okay? And it's not like they can just instantly switch them to be manufactured over into the United States instantly overnight. We all know that that's just not realistic. And even if they do get produced in the United States, We know that they're not going to be as cheap as where they were being produced overseas, because they would have just had them made in the United States to begin with. So either way, this leads to a probably drastic rise in cost for prescription medications. And remember, the U.S. is already paying over $14,000 a year per person in medical costs every single year, and it rises every single year. Wow. Now, the Medicare annual enrollment plan is coming up, and this means that everybody on Medicare has an opportunity to change their plan for 2026, and we know that there has been a lot of changes going on. So I will put a phone number on the screen here to call Chapter Medicare, who I highly recommend. They have helped so many of our viewers here. And I'll put a link down below in the pinned comment so you can check them out online if you prefer, instead of calling them. As with these 2026 changes, you're definitely going to want to know about them and see if you're in the best plan and you're getting the best benefits, whether you're on Medicare or Medicare Advantage or Part D. So call Chapter to schedule an appointment now, because they tend to get busy, and you want to make sure that you're on the right plan, whether it's for you or a loved one, because you definitely don't want to be caught on the wrong plan coming up for 2026. So there's going to be some major changes this year. So if you're on Medicare or Medicare Advantage, I recommend you call Chapter and see if they can get you a much better plan with much better benefits. A lot of these plans, they have like kind of rebate plans where they can give some stuff back to you, which are really, really cool plans, and they've already helped out a lot of people in our community. So make sure to share this video. I will keep you up to date here as more details come out with all these changes and more changes that are even coming here in the future. So share this video on social media, share this video with your friends, subscribe down below so you don't miss out on future videos. I will keep you up to date. Click this video to see Trump's executive order going into effect for millions this week, or Social Security and SNAP raises announced here for October. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.